my beautiful students. My name is Banigwe, your basic science teacher. And today, we're going to see the topic science and development. And under that subtopic, we have gravitation and weightlessness. By the end of this lesson, your students should be able to 1. Define gravitation. 2. Explain the meaning of weightlessness. 3. State one difference between gravitational pull and weight. 4. Write the effect of gravitation. Definition of gravitation. But before I go into the definition of gravitation, suppose you are walking along the street and a ball hits your head. How will you feel? What will you think is the force that made that ball to hit your head? To me, the first thing that will come to my mind is gravitational force. So let us go ahead to define gravitation. Gravitation is also known as gravity. And gravity is the force which the earth uses to attract objects towards the center of the earth. You'll agree with me that anything you throw up must surely fall down, isn't it? Thank you. This is a diagram showing the force of attraction, or showing how the earth and the moon is in place as a result of what? The force of attraction, the gravitational force, pulling the moon with the earth together. That force enables the earth to move what? Round the sun. Okay. Weightlessness. Now, what is weightless? What is weightlessness? This is a sensation experienced by a body when no external object is exerting any push or pull upon it. Do you understand what that means? When there is no force at all, no gravitational force acting on an object, that object tends to what? Be light. There will be no weight, and the object will fall freely. Do you understand? Good. So, weightlessness is experienced when in free fall or space flight. A free fall. An object falls freely. Okay, take for instance, we have feather. Okay? Do you know what feather is? I believe you all know what feather is. If you take it up, just drop it, what happens? It falls freely. But though it does not fall freely completely, because there is air resistance that also delays the fall of this feather. You get it? But you agree with me that if you take a feather and pick a stone, the stone will land to the floor first before the feather. Okay. The difference between gravitational pull and weight. The difference between gravitational pull and weight. So let us see what gravitational pull is all about. Gravitational pull is a downward force pulling objects towards the center of the earth. Do you get that? Gravitational pull is a downward force pulling objects towards the center of the, just like as I said initially, any object you throw up will definitely come down. So it is that force that pulls objects towards the center of the earth. Okay, now weight. Weight is the measure of the gravitational pull of the earth on an object. Do you understand? Weight is the measure of gravitational pull of the earth on an object. So that is weight. So take for instance I have a pen with me. This is the pen. And we want to measure the weight of this. The weight of this will be the measure of the gravitational pull, on this. So it depends on the size. That's the size of this object. Now the amount of force that will be exerted on this object, that will be the weight. So the weight is the measure of gravitational pull of the earth on an object. You get me? No wonder Newton says that every object is attracted towards the center of the earth, and is a force that causes that. And this force that causes the attraction of object towards the center of the earth is proportional to the masses of objects. Do you understand? So if an object can fall very fast to the floor, it depends on what? On the force acting on this object and also on the mass of the object. So if an object falls slowly, it also depends on the mass of the object and the force of gravity acting on the object. Okay. Effect of gravitational pull. The effect of gravitational pull. 1. The Earth's gravitational force accelerates objects when they fall. Very, very clear and simple. It accelerates objects when they fall. That is acceleration due to gravity. So any object that is thrown up will definitely accelerate because it will come down. And that force is known as what? Gravitational force that makes this object to what? Fall down. The object will definitely accelerate. Okay, and that is what? Acceleration due to gravity. Number 2, the sun's gravitational pull keeps our planet orbiting the sun, just like the picture you see previously. This Earth gravitational pull helps to keep our planet orbiting around the Earth. Now, let us look at this. Suppose this gravitational force is not in place. What will happen to the Earth? It will fall away, isn't it? It will not be attracted towards the it will not be attracted. It will not keep the Earth orbiting around the sun. And the Earth will go further away from the sun. And once the Earth goes further away from the sun, what will happen to humans on Earth? Extremely cold. Do you understand? Extremely cold. Coldness. So, this is one of the importance or effects of what? Gravitational pull. So, in summary, in the course of this lesson, we have defined gravity or gravitation as the force which the Earth attracts objects to, which the Earth uses to attract objects toward the center of the Earth. 2. Weightlessness. Weightlessness is experienced when in free fall or space flight. 3. Gravitational pull is a downward force pulling objects towards the center of the Earth, while weightlessness is the measure of gravitational pull on the Earth on an object. So, my dear students, I will leave you with this assignment. A says define gravitation. B, what is weightlessness? C, state one difference between gravitational pull and weightlessness. D, write one effect of gravity. Thank you, students, for listening. Hope to see you next time. Thank you very much.